So, if you want to see tigers in the wild, the place you have to go is India, but more specifically to the city of Jaipur. It's the most accessible. To do that, you need to get a train, and that train takes you to the small town of Sawai Madhopur. This is quite the train ride if you don't book in advance, and you're going to see booking in advance is quite a theme here when going to India, and I did not book anything in advance. Because when you get to Sawai Madhopur, you need to book a safari, and because India has got 6 months of torrential rain where you can't do safaris, it does mean that the 6 months that safaris can be done are booked out very quickly because there's lots of people in India as well. I mean, they've got billions of people, like most people in the world, so why don't you book out quickly? So you have to book a safari well in advance to get India. So I get there and I can't get a safari. So the guy at my hotel, he's really good. He helps me out very, very quickly. We get around to all the safari places around. In Sawai Madhopur, that's the main thing they do. They only make money off safaris. So we go around, we're finding people, and eventually we're on safari. But we get onto safari in a buffer zone on a canter. Now, it's not the best way to go onto safari, because buffer zones means that the zones are out on the outside of the park where the town slaves us, and there's a little festival going on at this time, so it's great for the atmosphere, but not really so good for tigers. More so we're on a canter. I'll put a cross over that because canters are not good. There's about 20 people on a canter, although I was still paying quite a lot for it. It's a lot cheaper option, there's a lot more people on it, and that means that they're louder, which means your chances of seeing tigers are a lot lower. So anyways, I get to the canter the next afternoon. There is no luck. Yes, it's a beautiful Ranthambore National Park. You have marshes, you have grasslands, and I see a lot of other animals like your deers, your nilkai, which allows to end up in India. This little picture of a water monitor, and also a water snake when you stopped by the toilets and looked down into one of the wells. But no tiger. So the next day I told him it's really not possible for us to get into a core zone. I really would like us to be in a core zone and need to be in a jeep, even if I pay a bit more because I really need to come to see a tiger. We managed to sort that out for the afternoon. By the morning the next day I have to go get into the buffer zone in a canter. And this is how it works. We get into the buffer zone, it's going the exact same way as it was the other day. Odd animal here or there, but nothing too much. There's an alarm, we think there's a leopard, we spend a lot of time there, don't see anything. And then afterwards, as we're coming out, there's news that at the village there's been a tiger sighting. So all the jeeps and the canters, they race down towards the center here. But the problem that we have is that the jeeps go first, they're faster, there's less people, they scare the tiger off. Tiger runs into the village, jumps the big wall that surrounds Ranthambore National Park, and is sitting on top of that wall. As we drive past, we know it's there. I get a glimpse of its ear, every now and again it flicks its head, you can get a nice good look at its markings, but not a clear, conclusive view of a tiger. So such a near miss. Now all land on this. It was the last safari I could do, they were getting expensive, and I had to leave. So this would be my safari in a core zone on a jeep. My best chance to see a tiger. Ultimately, you realize you're covering ground a lot quicker because you're in a jeep, it's smaller, they can go into more nimble areas, and we are seeing animals as it's going along. But after trials, there's still no tiger. Luckily for me, there's a guy with me who's a photographer, and he's a PhD in animal behavior, and he tells the guide, no, look, we need to go back the way we came because there was definitely a tiger there. They argue for a while, but eventually the guide gives in. We go back, and he was right. We hear something in the grass, eventually a tiger pops up its head, and you know it's there, it takes a look, and we know. So we wait for about 15 minutes, eventually it trusts us enough to come out and cross the road. It peeks initially, then presents its whole self to us, crosses the road, giving us perfect photo opportunity, and that is how I saw my first tiger in India.